Welcome to Group Dates and Hot Takes, a Bachelor Nation podcast. I'm Sampy.
And I'm Christy. And we're recapping Michelle's season of The Bachelorette.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here today for the finale, plus after the final rose Franken episode with our good friend Abby.
Yay! I'm back again with better audio.
Thanks for coming.
I'm so excited to be here.
Thank goodness you have better audio. We have very high standards here.
I mean, you accepted my AirPod quality last time, so...
Not willingly, though.
You didn't have a choice.
Christy
true.
made me.
My standards are not quite as high.
No, they're not. Well, before we begin, I always ask Christy, what's going on out there, Christy? What dirt do you have for us?
Honestly, nothing this week. Nothing worth really talking about. We should just get straight to it since we've got 3 hours of stuff to cover.
All right, well, if we don't have any terrible racists to talk about, then we can move on.
Wow.
Look, all I'm saying is...
I think we're clear this time.
It's about
Clear
every
this
other week. Just terrible
So
tweets
sad.
from decade ago. Well, I guess let's get right into it then. Where would you like to start, Christy?
Well, we find out Tayshia is not here because she's been exposed to COVID.
Dun, dun, dun. It's my most favorite host headlining by herself. Yay!
Yep, just Kaitlyn. Yeah, and they introduced Becca and Thomas and Joe and Serena for some reason. I don't know why they're there, but...
Because you need some stars to stud your evening.
Yeah,
I suppose.
just need the Bachelor Nation to, star for a bit. For no reason.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. Ugh. Anyways,
They're like
yes.
the Bachelorette in Paradise people are like, we swear we're still together, okay? We're still together for today.
I mean, they looked so happy.
I saw Becca and Thomas together. I saw that they were an output of The Bachelor in Paradise, and I was like, that won't last. But it's fun for a bit.
Well, that's a bit of a hot take, and also more mean than I would ever be. Unbelievable.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
I have more faith in Abigail and Noah.
And they are still together, Christy?
Yes, all the Paradise people are still going.
Oh, wow.
For the moment, at least.
Unbelievable. Well, I guess let's get into the finale part of this episode.
Yeah, it is Brandon's turn to meet her parents.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so he obviously has a huge advantage here. He does return the dad's swim trunks, or a pair of swim trunks.
I think he bought a whole new pair.
Yeah, that would be the nice thing to do.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's maybe a little weird to share swimwear,
Just a bit.
but I guess he's just kind. How did you?
I like Brandon.
Yeah, Abby, describe what you thought about this segment here, him meeting her parents again.
Oh, he's just so nice. He's so open book. It actually convinced me, that segment made me think that she liked him more, at least more than I thought she did. I kind of thought, because I don't know, I told Sampy and Christy this before, but Brandon had third place heartbreak written all over him when I saw him. I was like, man, third. He's going to be third. It's going to be terrible heartbreak. And then Joe went home and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. More feedback. But still, the nice guy sometimes still goes home in final two. But it's I don't know. This segment, I was like, oh, okay, she's actually seriously considering him. And I actually thought, I don't know, he did really well. He always does pretty well, though. He's pretty nice. Easy to get along with. Doesn't seem like he's hiding anything. So I feel like he did well with her parents.
But is being nice enough?
I don't think I've ever seen a hometown, like a Meet the Parents go this well. Like, they loved him.
like loved him.
Yeah. Everything they threw at him, like, oh, how do you feel about going to Minnesota? He's like, oh, I got a remote job. It won't be a problem. So
I don't even remember what he does.
I don't either.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, her parents love him as well.
And then
it's just a one big love fest.
Yeah, basically.
What did you think about her sister? That was a very confusing segment when they brought her sister on.
Yeah, I just kept looking at her like thinking, who is this? Like, I didn't remember Michelle talking about siblings, so I was just confused until I guess later on with Nate they mentioned something about a sibling, so then we found out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was just like somebody who I didn't even know existed. Like, that's why I still don't even remember that segment, because I'm just like, oh yeah, she had a sister. Because, like, I don't even remember her from... She didn't come to Matt's season, I don't think. That was probably more restricted or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they didn't even give her a title card until way, way later. They just... at one point... It seemed like Michelle was addressing her, but beyond that, there wasn't really any indication. And I was like, I'm pretty sure she's Michelle's sister, but I don't know. But then they finally confirmed it.
Yeah.
You know, definitely want Michelle to marry someone who's just as good a man and as special as her dad.
Aww. He does seem like a nice guy, for the record.
Mm-hmm. Again, being nice enough.
I mean, he's her dad, so...
I mean, yeah.
So next is Nate. And you notice they both brought what looked like the same bouquet of flowers. I just found that funny. But this meeting does not go as well.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun. Well, I always laugh. I was going to say at first the whole bouquet of flowers. I love when the lead always goes, oh, wow, you brought flowers. I was like you know they can't go get flowers, right? Like, the producers definitely gave them flowers. Like, 100%.
Yes.
It's so funny. And Michelle has to know that, too. But she just, oh, wow, such nice flowers. I'm like,
I know,
yeah,
they all play along.
No, Abby, they individually went out and went to a flower store and got super special, unique flowers. Come on.
Oh, yes, in Mexico on some resort with no transportation.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh, that could be like a passive-aggressive way of the producers trying to get them, just Michelle to pick one. Is like the guy gets the flowers, the nicer flowers. I hadn't thought about that before.
Yeah, they may have given Nate slightly wilted flowers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this definitely didn't go quite as well.
Nope. He sat down with Michelle's dad, and you'd think like you would. Nate should know that he's gonna get certain questions like, "Oh, where are you guys gonna live?" and stuff like that. He's like, "Well, we haven't figured out the logistics yet." Like, did he not prepare?
No.
For this? Like, wouldn't that have been something you and Michelle did in the fantasy suite? Like, finally knock out all the important stuff, but it's very strange.
Yeah. Well, he may have. I don't know. He just didn't think he would ever make it this far.
Ugh. He was so annoying to me. Just his answers are so annoying. It's just like, you're trying to sound really smart, but all you're doing is saying words that, like, don't mean anything. Like, do you want to marry Michelle? Well, like, I think I could maybe possibly get there. And, like, okay, so where are you going to live? Well, I mean, we don't have to have the hard stuff figured out. It's like, what? It's just like a fancy way of saying, I don't know.
Yeah. It was even worse when he talked to her mom.
Oh, yeah.
Because the mom straight up said to him, like, oh, you're not ready for an engagement. So she saw right through all of that.
Yeah.
But he, like, tries to reassure her, oh, I'm all in. Ready to get down on one knee.
That's right. And her mom's like, nope. I don't buy it.
Poor Nate. Ugh. Can we talk about the actual, like, annoying Santa Claus person?
Oh, man. Yeah, so, like, at this point, like, we come back in from the live show, and, like, Joe and Serena are just making out for no reason with that Santa holding mistletoe
Yeah,
over
that's
their
the reason. You're supposed to kiss under mistletoe. Duh.
Yes, but we are on live TV. It looks silly and staged and
Of course it's
forced.
silly and sage and forced, Christy. Jeez, why do you think that silly Santa Claus person who is a terrible, like, dollar store Santa, why do you think he was
With
there?
no beard.
Well, the Santa is actually Big Polly.
Yeah, that's why
like,
they were calling him
security died. Yeah,
Polly Claus.
yeah.
Because his name is Polly.
I found all the gags throughout the night, like just kind of eye rolly.
Oh, so stupid. And what's weird is they just started doing this. Like, this seems like a thing that you would do if you were first starting a show. It's like, let's throw some comic relief in there. But this is like however many seasons, 25 seasons long. It's like, oh yeah, now let's just throw Santa Claus in there. It's like, this didn't add anything to the show. It's just
Not
dumb.
Do you know what the online reception was to that, Christy?
I don't know that a ton of the general audience knows who Big Polly is in the first place. So I think they were just like, who is this random Santa kind of thing.
I hated him with a passion.
With no beard, though. Like, Santa Claus has a beard. Like, why? That just seems so weird.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I noticed was, like, it felt like a cheap Santa.
I can't even go there. Ugh.
So back to Mexico, and Michelle's chatting with her mom, and she gets the unfortunate news that Nate might not be ready for an engagement.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. You can always tell, like, who the lead gets really upset when the parents criticize. That's their favorite person.
Oh, yeah.
So, another hint.
Well, I appreciated her parents being so straight up because, man, all these other parents that come on the show, they're like, I don't know. I think they're both great. And you're like, this doesn't help me at all. Or you've cut out all the stuff they said if that's actually true about the two leads. I don't know. But in this case, she was just straight up like, Brandon's better, basically, of the two of them. And, like, Nate's not ready. So at least Michelle has the, like, parents who straight up told her who they liked better.
But then at the end, they're like, well, but we'll be happy no matter which one you pick. I'm like, I'm not so sure.
The producers are like, please say something nice about the other one.
I mean, they meant it.
Hopefully.
Will you be able to overcome? That's the question. Dun dun dun.
Who knows?
So at this point, we have another, like, coming back from commercial moment with Kaitlyn being like, yeah, so, like, people are talking on the internet. Everyone here is tested negative, and now everyone's going to be wearing a mask.
Yeah, because the audience was not initially in masks.
Yeah, which everyone on Twitter was talking about.
Apparently, yes, the internet was not happy about that, and so they had to make a slight adjustment.
It's just
This
so
is just
funny.
so random.
Gotta be careful. Jeez.
I wonder where they scrambled and found all those masks that quickly.
Oh, true. I didn't even think about that. Quick, go!
Got to Walmart. Stat.
Twitter's freaking out.
Yes, the 7 people on Twitter.
Yeah, true.
I'm not very happy about it.
The 7 people who get like 50 favorites or something like that. Like it's enough to be substantial.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a segment of the audience who is upset about that. Like, oh my goodness, they caved to Twitter pressure. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. They never mentioned the complaints after that happened. It's probably just as many.
Unbelievable. Well, I guess we should go into the final dates. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, Brandon goes first. And they go jet skiing, which looks fun.
This is a sweet date. I would want to be on that.
He's like, I'll sub in.
Yeah. Hey, I would. Just jump on a jet ski. Why not?
Yeah. I didn't have much of anything else to report from the daytime. It's just more of the same, how much he loves her.
Yep.
kind
Yeah,
of
they sit
thing.
on the beach. He says how
Yeah.
much he loves her. They kiss. The end.
Yep.
So much kissing.
So she goes and visits his room at night, and they start talking about fond memories, just kind of like a look back. And then he brings her a gift bag, which contains the white sweatshirt that she spilled coffee on after their fantasy suite date.
Well, because they had that like food fight in the morning.
I don't know. In my mind, I was like, you brought her a dirty shirt?
Christy, he had washed it. Duh.
It's sentimental.
Christy is not sentimental at all.
But also, it's kind of forced sentimental, so I get the confusion, because it's like, oh, like, wow, a sweater that I spilled coffee on, like, ooh. It's almost like you picture the producers going like, hey, that's the sweater. You spilled coffee on that. Remember that. And then oh, yeah, that's the sweater.
I mean, based on how he's acted this whole time, I wouldn't be super surprised if it was his idea.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
That's true. Yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just give her like the half-eaten whatever it was she shoved in his face.
Wow. How dare you?
I'm kidding. I like Brandon, okay? I do. I think he's at least like the most genuine. Like, I don't know. You don't get any sense that he's like playing at this point. Like, maybe he came on the show for more followers, but like he definitely loves Michelle now. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, he says it to her again, and then she tells him she's in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like this was a big mistake on her part.
I agree.
To me, there's no need to say it until you're standing next to the final person.
Okay, Katie.
Oh, no. I don't want to sound like her.
No, Christy's coming from years of experience watching The Bachelor, Bachelorette when, like, it was probably, I don't remember who broke this. Somebody broke it, but for the longest time, it was kind of like an unwritten rule that the lead wouldn't say I love you until the end when they pick the person.
Yeah, I think Ben Higgins was the first person who said it to two people, and that didn't turn out well either.
No, it didn't.
I mean, you are kind of dating multiple people at the same time. What could go wrong? Nothing. Nothing could go wrong.
Nothing.
I mean,
Total success.
It's been smooth sailing so far.
The show is very successful, Sampy.
Sadly. Yeah, well, Brandon just doesn't want to go through the world, through a life without her.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. They end the night with him thinking, this is going to be my wife.
Mm-hmm. R.I.P.
No.
Which then we pivot to another just completely ridiculous date.
Oh, yeah. They do one of these every season.
Gotta bring in the shaman
Right. Yeah.
to release.
The energy.
Yes.
The feelings.
Michelle is hoping that Nate will open up.
I feel like I wouldn't open up around one of those guys.
I know.
It would
I
make me
just
close more.
Yeah, I feel like I would have behaved exactly like Nate did. Because the shaman is named Raul or Raul. I don't remember how it's pronounced. But he says that Nate is emotional but pretending not to be. And Nate's like, tell her what you want. Just release. And Nate is like fumbling to come up with stuff like, I release like fear and the unknown.
Well, because you have to like bathe her in ritual smoke.
Yes, he like waved it like all around her. And then Michelle's like, yeah, I'm not getting enough from Nate. I'm just thinking, what is he supposed to give you? I don't...
Release. He needs to release.
What?
Jeez,
This is
Christy.
such a like ambiguous thing.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know what you're supposed to release, then there really is no point explaining it.
Sammy is just wiser than both of us.
Apparently.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
I would not have done well on this date.
Oh, I always skim past these. Like, my brain's just like, no, I don't
Yeah.
care about this. Like, whatever. Let's just get to dinner. You'll confess then.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like whenever you have something like this, they just take someone who's or like at least partially related to one of these cultures, and then like has them do like the most touristy rendition of whatever their sacred ceremony is.
True.
Yeah. It does seem a bit disrespectful sometimes.
Oh, it's super respectful for sure. Yeah. Well.
It's also funny how different their dates were. It's like, Brandon, let's go jet skiing. And then Nate's like, confess everything.
Well, because he hasn't really shared a whole lot up until this point.
That we've seen, at least.
Well, that may be true.
Yeah, but at dinner she's like, "Yeah, I am uneasy after talking to my mom," and so Nate has to like scramble to like reassure her. He's like, "I want to be next to you through the ups and the downs. It would suck if I lost you."
Spill all your guts, Nate. It would suck if I lost you.
He said he only packed 2 suits, which was interesting.
That's unfortunate.
I know. Like, did you really only think you were gonna last 2 weeks? But
True.
Oh,
I like the confidence.
But then he says he's madly in love with her and wants to spend the rest of his life with her. He'd be heartbroken if she didn't pick him, and I guess at this point she is like starting to let down her walls, starting to get more reassured.
I can't imagine why, really, but I guess she heard what she needed to hear.
I don't believe him, man. This is my hot take. Every time he says, I love you, I always, for some reason, I don't know if I'm just biased or whatever, but, like, he says, like, I love you, and it's like, It's like, are you trying to, like, convince yourself that, like, it's true? I don't know. Every time I hear him say it, like, he got a little more comfortable with it as the episode went on, but he's like, I love you. And I'm like, so, like, what? Like, do you believe this, or are you just saying it, like, every time to, like, hope that it's true? I don't know.
Maybe
well, the
he
thing
just
is he has to.
maybe
Yeah, he does.
maybe he's just not great at sharing his feelings. Jeez.
I don't know.
So judgmental. Ugh.
It was just funny. No, because he was under so much pressure to say it. Like Christy said, like, you're under so much pressure to, like, do all the stages of, like, okay, I love you. And so, like, I could see, like, in a legit, like, scared sense of not losing her. It's just like, I love you. Like, I think I love you. Like, shoot, I don't want to lose you. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Yeah.
So she visits his room also at night and says she's feeling stressed out. And so he continues to try and reassure her. He's never been more certain, never felt connected. All he thinks about is her. I want forever. And so he says the I love you again, and then she says it back. So she's completed the 2 for 2
Aw.
there.
2 for 2.
And all her fears have been resolved at this point.
How?
I don't know. He said the right words.
I only
guess.
had more questions.
It's true. He can't say, like, a clear answer, like, a good chunk of the time. It's like, Nate, where do you want to go for lunch? Well, I don't even know if I'm hungry for lunch, but maybe I am hungry for lunch. Maybe we should go to this place, but I don't know if I want to go to this place. And, like, but we'll figure it out because people go through hard times. It's like, what? Just spit it out.
Look, Abby, some people aren't as well adjusted as you are, okay?
I don't know if that's... I'm not comparing to myself.
You
I'm just
can't,
saying.
like, you know, it's tough to share and really understand how you're feeling emotionally.
It is true. Especially when you're being filmed.
Yeah, and pressured to at, like, stage whatever.
Christy's like, I would be in the fetal position on the floor.
Yeah, I could not
Crying.
handle that at all.
You just start slow. You start out on a group date, and you just you just ease into it.
I don't know.
Look,
So
it's not too late. You could always be on The Bachelor.
I think it is too late.
I mean, Jamie went on a break.
Yes, Christy, and Jamie's the best person to follow.
I know,
advice
right?
from
What an
on this
example.
show.
Oh, wow, that was such a bogus thing.
All I'm saying is the precedent has been set.
Yeah, I mean, Martin did it too.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm sure the future bachelors and bachelorettes of the world would love that we're promoting everyone just take a break from their current relationship to come on the show.
Other contestants will be very irritated.
The wrong reasons.
Can we talk about this note from Brandon that she got? Because somebody pointed out that the handwriting on this looks like the handwriting on, like, the fantasy suite card, the group date cards. So, did a Bachelor person wrote this and then had him voice it to play over it as she reads? Like, this was so weird.
I mean, he may have written it, and then he was just sequestered so far away in the
Maybe
hotel.
his handwriting sucks, so they just rewrote it.
It's possible. There are people out there with very bad handwriting.
Look, as one of those people, someone else can rewrite notes for me. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I always have to, like, write my note in a word processor first so that I can focus completely on the handwriting part of it as I transcribe it onto paper. Just to be careful and have it not look like a toddler wrote it.
Oh no.
So maybe he has toddler handwriting. Hard to say for sure.
Who knows?
But yes, it was a lot of just flowery language.
He was infected with love. Infected.
Yep. She loves the crap out of them both.
I know. She's
But then he
in love with both.
Yeah.
I don't buy that. Anytime a lead says that, huh? I think you like both of them.
Christy,
But like,
you don't understand, okay, how this process creates such strong feelings, okay?
yes, but love is a very strong. It's like, it's too. You don't know them well enough to be like, I will put this person first. Love with both of these people.
Just because you're a love slowpoke doesn't mean everyone else is.
Wow.
God, I'm just saying, okay?
Well,
Either
certainly
that
make
or
things harder.
the entire premise of the show is a lie. So pick your pick.
Well, which is it?
No one will know for sure.
Now we get to talk about my favorite part. The
What
meeting.
is that?
The meeting with Neil.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Surfaced from wherever he lives.
His lair.
Yes.
His diamond encrusted lair.
Yeah, he lives in a mine probably. Just grabs the diamonds, pops
On
out
his
for
way
rings,
out.
and that's it.
Can I just say, and look, this is of course a personal preference thing, but Nate's meeting with him, and he's like looking at the rings, and he's like, "Oh, it's gotta be pear-shaped." Which again, personal preference and everything. I just feel pretty strongly that pear-shaped may be the worst shape for a stone.
Really? I didn't know that.
I don't like it either, but somebody had this chart of like all the I think it was the Bachelor Data Instagram page, and like pear-shaped is the most common shape chosen on this show.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't like it either.
I wonder, I'd have to do some research on this. I wonder if maybe it's the most valuable cut.
Oh, could be.
Like with how they cut it, if you end up getting the most carrots for the size or something. I don't know.
I wonder if Michelle told him she likes pear-shaped, because otherwise, why would he pick that?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I think she probably did, because Brandon I think also picked pear-shaped, didn't he?
I couldn't see. I was trying to look and see what it was, but he might have. I just missed it.
I saw a
think.
glimpse and I was like, those look like very similar rings. So I kind of wondred if she might have talked
Yeah.
about it with both of them.
I wonder if Neil Wayne knows which guy is not going to be chosen. He's sitting there with the rings.
One of them's like a cubic zirconia. It's like, definitely doesn't matter.
Wow, that's brutal.
Pick this one. It's this one.
I'll be getting it back shortly.
So sad.
Unbelievable.
Yep, so it is time for Michelle to arrive at the platform, and Brandon is first.
Side note, I would love if the first person came out one time and he was the yes, but I know that would be terrible for the lead.
I know. Can you imagine having to dump someone after you're engaged?
It would be a twist, though.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how I knew it was over.
So
Yep.
sad.
The dream.
I legit thought Brandon's breakup was the saddest one I've seen in a long time though. Like I felt really sad for him. I was like,
It
oh
was
my
so
gosh.
bad.
Can I also say too about this? Like if like being first wasn't enough, you could tell that like it definitely wasn't going to be him because they didn't give a flying crap about the audio quality.
Oh, I know.
Oh man,
Oh,
it was
so bad.
I know. What happened here? Like, I think I saw a tweet from Robert Mills, is like one of the executives on the show, and he said they tried to boost the audio as much as they could, but they couldn't fix it.
I mean, you can only take out so many seagulls.
And waves for
I
crying out
know,
loud.
it was really the water, I think. Wow. I mean, I
Yes.
could barely make out
That
half
was
of what was said.
like, from my perspective, that may have been one of the worst all-time decisions that the producers have ever made. It's like, are you complete? And look, I don't want to be too harsh here, but are you complete morons? Do you not understand how audio in the field works? Like, and you're just gonna put your
Yeah.
platform literally right next to the ocean. You know what happens in the ocean? Waves. You know what happens by the ocean? Wind. You know what happens by the ocean? Creature sounds. What are you thinking?
I don't know. It was. I feel like they wanted the like visual of seaside, oceanside, but wow.
Look, Christy probably knows better too. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you'd think as they were setting it up and the waves are crashing into the platform.
the
like,
waves just. Unbelievable.
But it sounded legitimately like her mic was out. That was the thing. It was like, not only was all that sound happening, I don't think her mic was working. Like, I think it was probably picking up from Brandon's mic, because it was just like, and there's like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this sounds horrible. Like, if your mic is close to the person, you'd probably at least be able to hear them as, like, the prominent sound. But this is just ridiculous.
I was very unhappy from an audio perspective.
yeah, I only got like bits and pieces of his speech, starting like with the first time I laid eyes on you. So
Not important,
special,
Christy.
missing piece, on and on. This was just so sad.
Oh, yeah. It would have been sad for him, too, because he got a lot of confirmation. Like, she told him she loved him. Her parents loved him. I think that's what would have wrecked me, because as someone who's, like, very, I don't know, you care about what your family thinks. You're like, man, I did really well. Like, they really like me. Like, and it's like, no, never mind. Like, oh, that would hurt.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, it was just brutal.
And he
'Cause he was-
legit cried. He didn't care about
Yeah.
what he looked like at all. He was very sad.
Yeah, it was rough.
R.I.P. Brandon. What will happen with him next?
They really should have made him the Bachelor.
Yeah, he would have been a good bachelor.
Yeah, the problem was they finished filming this, I saw, like around September 9th or 10th. Clayton started filming like September 30th.
Oh, very
So,
quickly.
yeah, so he might not have been able to make that turnaround, but I wish they would have.
Yeah, getting over that might not have been that quick.
Yeah.
Look, Corn Boy was the best option, okay?
Clearly. That's later, Seppi. Don't spoil.
Everybody knows this, okay? This isn't a secret. This has been out there for ages, okay? Ugh. Alright, he's gone home so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm sure he's wonderful, but gotta
Yeah, he seems
imagine
nice.
ABC was a little scared. They had to go a little paler after recent seasons.
Well, yes, I'm
Just-
sure they were scarred by Matt James.
Just to keep
season.
that, gotta keep that wine mom connection strong.
If the wine moms turn on you, it's all over.
Yeah. Yeah, and there aren't really many black people in their neighborhoods, so they don't relate very easily.
Wow.
Wow.
Look, this is
You're not wrong.
there are sometimes hard truths. Maybe we should have named this podcast Hard Truths. That's just how it is.
Oh. I have more thoughts about Kaitlyn, but I'll wait till we get to that segment of the show.
Okay. Well, we have Nate's arrival here.
Yeah, can you imagine like going through that devastation and then turning around and accepting a proposal?
I know.
Always
Wipe the
so-
tears, quick.
Yep.
I know. Maybe she wasn't that devastated.
Oh no. She couldn't live without Nate. She could live without. I always find that justification interesting. It's like, I love them both, but it came down to me deciding who I couldn't live without. Like, Ben Higgins said that too, and I was like, what? What?
I know. It's a little like, okay.
So you did love one more than the other one, is what I'm hearing. Like,
Yeah. So he starts his speech once with the first night I met you, blah, blah, blah.
typical.
Want to run away with
Christy,
you.
they had a
to
connection,
forever.
all right? Don't try to minimize that.
Yes, they did.
I mean, he was the first impression rose, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said they have a wow kind of love.
I would just love to hear that out in the real life. Like, somebody, we have a wow kind of love. I'd be like, if whoever I date, like, if we get to that point and they say that, I'm like, okay, sure, whatever.
Wow, Abby.
Next. I don't know, that just sounds so weird.
Unbelievable. That's just how he expresses himself, the colloquialisms he uses.
Look, he admitted that he's not good at analogies, okay? This isn't even my hot take. This is his.
Oh, I would agree. He's terrible at analogies. But
I told Sammy not everyone is as gifted as he is.
okay, yeah. I'm not
Expressing
gifted at all, okay?
The rest of us are out here struggling.
I guess it's cute. I don't know. Maybe I take it back, but also it's just kind of weird. It just sounds weird to me.
Wow. Yeah, well, surprising some people, he proposes.
Wow.
Yep.
Pulls out his big old pear-shaped ring.
She gasps, puts her hands up to her cheeks and says, yes!
Like she couldn't believe it. Oh.
Yeah. Or it's a sigh of relief. Maybe she didn't think he would do it.
And then a mariachi band
we
shows
won't get
up.
into that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was mad about Brandon still, so I was like, you guys deserve the mariachi band. Like, it must have been awkward. They played it off like it was, like, so romantic, and I'm like, this must have been the stupidest thing in the moment.
I know.
Look,
And
Abby, COVID's been a real tough time for mariachi bands, all right? The show
Even
is
a
just
long
trying
walk
to
on
give
the
back.
beach.
You
A
know, they're trying
long
to
walk
give
on the
back.
beach would have been better. Nothing else. Like, they didn't even need to bring
Well,
anything in.
The mariachi band had a long walk on the beach to get there.
That's true. With their, whatever they use, instruments of some kind.
And then to top it all off, Kaitlyn and Tayshia run up cheering and
Can I
screaming.
just say, I hated this with every fiber of my being.
Yeah, it's a little over the top, maybe.
Sam, but you wouldn't want two screaming girls to come up right after you proposed?
No.
People that you kind of barely know except for, like, the last 3 weeks.
No. I would hate that. I would run away. I would scream.
Let's run away together now. Okay, I have to comment on, because this is at the proposal point. Kaitlyn says, and I noted this down, it was one of the most touching proposals she had ever seen in Bachelor history. And I was like, all he literally did was say, like, you're great, want to marry me. Like, essentially. I was like, there's, like, so many seasons of this show. This was not, I don't even remember this proposal right
I know,
after
I
you
mean,
said this.
She could have said, like, did she forget about Tayshia's and Zach's? That was way better.
I know.
Like, her own co-host.
Yeah.
So.
Christy, all right, there's a lot of hyperbole on this show. There's a lot of terrible memory. All right, so I hate it, but they have to do it. They're contractually obligated to be ridiculous. And I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm like, just go away, Kaitlyn. Just let Tayshia do everything.
Well,
Sadly, not the case.
No, she brings Brandon out at this point.
Because he hasn't gotten hurt enough.
And he's wearing the same color suit as her dress. I was like, did somebody tell him to do this? Or did he just do this? I was very skeptical. I was like, are they trying to increase the pain?
Yeah, there was a lot of, like, color matching going on.
Yeah. She matched better with him than she did with Nate.
We don't talk about that. She made her choice, okay? She has to live with it until they break up in 3 to 4 months.
Tampa, you haven't seen the shows where they take it back.
That's what I'm saying. You just gotta live with it for a little bit until she comes back around.
The one main takeaway I had from her chatting with Brandon before Michelle comes out was that picture Kaitlyn took of him on the beach, which
way to be
like
super sensitive.
Weird creeper shot.
Oh, yeah.
You know what would be great? I should just take a telephoto pic of this all the way from this distance so that I can show it on After the Final Rose. It's so beautiful, his sadness.
Look, Sappy, he was deep in thought.
Hopefully he doesn't kill himself before After the Final Rose so I can actually use this.
Wow.
No!
Look, I'm just saying, it's incredibly creepy.
It was.
Very exploitative, okay?
Look, they needed the content. It was a pretty straightforward proposal and breakup. They needed the extra angst.
So they bring Michelle out. And I love that Brandon was basically like, so I just want to hear you explain what happened.
I did laugh at that too.
And so she's like, well, I didn't think I could fall in love with two people. It was scary to tell two people I was in love with them. I knew I'd be ridiculed for doing that, but it would have been a disservice not to share that, which I disagreed with, but
Same.
It's her reasoning, I guess. She said if she had made a decision between the two of them at that point, she wouldn't have said it, which is kind of strange to be like, how do you still not know at this point who you're picking? Considering you're getting proposed to the next day. But Brandon said it was like hard to watch back. Really liked her family. He felt his love was overlooked, which is an interesting.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
that was a good description.
she didn't see him?
Oh,
Brandon didn't feel seen. Oh,
that's
no.
devastating.
Oh, Michelle.
Also, I really paid attention to this when he said he knew it was bad because of the way her eyes looked when he walked up on the platform. But yet he still went ahead with the whole speech.
Well, you gotta try.
Imagine if
I
he
know.
just looked at her and was like, oh, I guess it's over. See ya.
Yeah. And he also pointed out that how much she had to push Nate, but she never had to push him to open up. But then like the segment ended and there was never any like rebuttal to that, which was I was a little disappointed.
No,
by
they're
it.
like, okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought he had some
wrote,
good points.
Yeah, I literally wrote in my notes, Brandon talks for 10 minutes. Michelle says, I was in love with 2 people. And then Brandon talks for 10 more minutes. And Kaitlyn says, I hope you got your answers, Brandon. Like, there was no response. There was no reply. Kaitlyn just cuts them both off. It's like, okay, we're done. I'm like, what? So sad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Poor Brandon.
So it's time for Nate to come out. And, you know, this is the typical, we're so happy.
Yes,
finally
we're so
out in the
happy
public.
for now. Yay.
For now.
Look, sometimes they don't even make it to after the final rose, Seppi. This is already an achievement.
Oh, yeah.
She said she wasn't sure if he would propose.
That's so great. You're like, you know what? Here's somebody who's definitely going to propose to me. Let me just get rid of them so I can have more of a 50-50.
More exciting.
What did you think of his, like, favorite song analogy?
Oh, dear God.
It was very clunky when he was like, yeah, you know how you listen to a song, it takes you a while to, like, know it's your favorite with Michelle. It happened really quick. They were at favorite song level after the first date.
This made no sense to me at all.
Yeah, it was a bit, like, clunky, but I feel like I got what he was saying.
How dare you?
Yeah, I guess he was saying, like, over time, like, in the past for him, he's, like, taken a while to kind of, like, warm up to people, but, like, it's still your favorite song, but you don't know it's your favorite song yet, whereas Michelle, it was, like, already, immediately his favorite song, even though that doesn't make sense with the show, because it took him forever to say I love you, so it's kind of the same, but it was just weird. It was kind of forced. I could tell he didn't, like, think about this before. If he had thought about it, maybe the analogy would have worked, but, like, yeah.
Maybe he could have just said that instead of creating an analogy that nobody understood.
I don't know.
Michelle also defends him a lot because I'm sure she's aware of all the criticism and stuff that people are saying. She's like, he's definitely vulnerable. And they communicate well. And
look, they're already friends. Their moms are friends. Look, friends.
yes, this is gonna work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if she was like, "Hello, hey, Michelle's mom, do you like Nate?" And she was like,
Eh.
I know. Can you imagine if she had been like Barb?
Or what, Aunt Lindsay? Was it Aunt Lindsay? Or was it Aunt Barb? I never remember.
Well, Barb was Peter's mom, the one who like on the live after the final rose like tore down Madison. Like,
"Oh shoot."
It was crazy.
Ugh.
Oh, I forgot you guys haven't seen that season.
Yeah, I haven't seen Peter's season. I actually heard about Peter's mom or some craziness that happened there, but
yeah,
that's brutal.
Yeah, so apparently their moms are now friends.
Allegedly.
You don't believe it?
Look, all I'm saying is a lot of shenanigans go down around this show. Wouldn't put it past them.
Well, if they aren't friends, they certainly acted the part.
I mean, they had to give him a bunch of cash just to keep them together. So.
Please stay together. There's hundreds of thousands of dollars for you.
Which is, can I just say, so first of all, Kaitlyn did not set this up well at all. Like, I can't even describe it. I was just like, what are you doing? Why are you the way that you are? But long story short, ends up giving Nate and Michelle a gingerbread house with, and I believe this is a direct quote, that down payment for a house inside.
Mm-hmm.
And this down payment alleged down payment, perhaps just a bribe, is $200,000. That's a down payment for $1 million house.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this too.
I was like so shocked. Because like you saw the look on Michelle's face when she realized how much it was. Like that is an insane gift
Oh yeah.
for this show. Like I remember in past seasons, like a trip to Disney World or
Yeah.
like one person got like a old rusty minivan as like a inside joke kind of thing, and they get $200,000.
Yeah, I think the most they've ever given in comparisons maybe I thought one couple got a car. But yeah, $200,000, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's ABC's reparations.
Oh no.
Dark.
Oh. Wow. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
All right, please continue, Christy.
We missed the little segment where they came back where Santa was licking the frozen bowl.
Ugh.
I rolled my eyes so hard that I actually injured myself.
Santa was stupid, man. Just forget it. We don't care about the games. Just stop.
But Abby, they needed to make it to the end of their time slot.
True. Well, why not, like, I don't know. Come up with something
Let
more
Michelle
related to the show. I don't
respond
care
to,
about Santa.
Brandon?
Yeah, exactly. Who cares about some random security guard that plays a terrible Santa?
Well, what a crazy, crazy season.
So
We
how
didn't
long
talk
do you
about
think they'll
Kaitlyn.
last?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I feel like they might actually make it.
I'm like a 50-50. I feel like she's smart enough to, like, pick some... Like, I've liked Michelle's, for the most part, liked her reactions to things. Like, there's a couple things where I was like, really? But, like, overall seemed fairly, like, level-headed. So that's what makes me think they could stay together. But he also seems like he could pull a jerk move and just leave. So, I don't know. That's why I'm 50-50.
I was incredibly disappointed with her for making this decision. But she's probably more normal than most leads. And so they could be okay for a little bit, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I just feel like Michelle has seemed really mature the whole season. So I'm thinking she spent all these hours with both guys that we didn't get to see. So there must be a reason why she picked Nate. She doesn't seem like the type to just, I don't know, let me just pick one.
That's awfully charitable of you.
I mean, it's not like I know her personally or anything. It's just from what we've seen. So I don't know. Plus, I heard, I haven't listened to them yet, but Nate was on a couple of podcasts where he's able to like actually talk rather than just the little sound bites we hear. And people were saying he comes off better that way. So
Oh, good to know.
I don't know.
Well, I wish them all the best in the continuation of their journey.
And there's
So
Clayton
diplomatic.
next. Clayton
Yes.
is next. And we talked a little bit about him earlier, but I did laugh at Kaitlyn's introduction of him. I was like, that was really mean.
Yeah, this whole segment was so mean. I couldn't believe, like, I was feeling bad for him, and I didn't even want him to be the Bachelor. But I'm like, why are you guys doing this to him?
And he's so awkward about it. Like, he clearly is not that great. Like, he's not that happy with it. Like, it's not like he's joking around just as much. Like Kaitlyn's, whoever she's with right now, Jason or something, like, a personality like that would be a little more like, oh, yeah, like, he's having fun, too. But Clayton, like, clearly wasn't having any fun.
Yeah.
So all I wrote was, oof.
Yeah, that sums it up. Like, very deer in the headlights, and Like, they put up these, like, supposed mean tweets, but people searched for a few of these and couldn't find them on Twitter. So the producers might have even made some of them up. It was just so like,
sad.
Yeah. Just... And the issue with Clayton is not even that people hate Clayton. It's that they wanted other people.
So because they don't even know him,
Yeah, so the tweets are not even directed at the right person. It's just an awkward, weird way to end the night.
I say we boycott ABC.
He's like, please, we can skip this season. No, this is the most dramatic season ever, Sappy. The most dramatic season ever.
Look, I only have so much emotional bandwidth, all right?
I'm actually very curious about this season now that the way they've set it up is like a disaster already. I'm like, oh man, let's do this.
Yeah, the whole I'm in love with both of you and I've been intimate with both of you. What?
Abby hates it when they mention being intimate.
It's the way they set up intimate always. It's always very like gross.
Yeah, no, why not just say sex? Like, why are we beating around the bush?
Yeah.
Christy, they're trying to maintain their rating, okay?
PG, only PG.
Mm-hmm.
Though I'm pretty sure Brandon's kissing was not PG. That was
perhaps not.
a little terrifying.
Wow. No, but I actually feel like there's still a segment of the audience that believes the, whatever it is, the fantasy suites and all that they just talk. Because that's what I was always told, like, as I watched the show, like, it's like, no, they just talk. It's like, oh, no, that's a lie. Oops.
No, Abby, they get to they have the opportunity to be intimate.
Look, I don't want to talk more about this.
Look, they probably talk a little bit too.
A little bit.
Like between, and like hydration breaks.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, it is what it is, Abby.
Sammy gets a weird joy out of making me feel uncomfortable.
I don't think it's weird at all.
Wow.
Well, is there anything
that was
else
it.
we need to talk about?
That's a wrap. Michelle's season is done. Now we will watch Instagram and make sure that they're still together. Sampy, I know you'll be keeping a close eye, as always.
Yes, I am. I'm everywhere on social media at all times. Yes, I am a social media fiend. Let me tell you. I mean, just all the Bachelor people, all their accounts, all
With
the
your
fan accounts, all
12
the podcast
following.
accounts. I mean, oh yeah, I'm all over that. But speaking of social media, you had to know this was coming, Christy. How can people reach us?
You can email us at groupdatespod@gmail.com or follow us on Instagram at groupdatespodcast.
It's so great we actually know what those are now.
But wait, you didn't do your kiss count.
I haven't forgotten.
Okay, good. I was just making
I'm
sure.
just saying, we've come a long way since the early days before we said our email address wrong countless times. I mean, you have no idea how many clips I've deleted.
Oh, no.
Christy's saying the wrong thing.
I feel like that only happened once or twice.
That's perhaps a slight downplaying of the truth, but... Oh, no. I realized... Oh, dear. you guys are going to have to talk about something really interesting because, first of all, we had 26 kisses this episode, but I forgot to do a tally of all of them.
Wow.
I know. So talk about something absolutely amazing. Or maybe I'll just chop this out because I don't care.
Zappy, I can't believe you forgot to do a total kiss count.
Did it seem like they spoiled Kaitlyn's season there at the end?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was actually going to say that on the show, too. It was like, man, it's like you can see who the final 3 are.
Yeah, I mean, I've like already forgotten what they looked like, but I feel like every time I see that preview, I'm going to be like, oh, so those are the final 3.
Yeah,
Like
there's clearly a full figure blonde person
mm-hmm.
that, and like who you can probably see like half her face. Like you could pick that out in the first episode.
Yeah, it's very odd for them to like sort of spoil their own season.
Yeah, I wonder if, I don't know. I have a few thoughts. Like maybe the beginning isn't that like interesting, and so they have to like hype it up by like, okay, this is who you watch in the first episode. But I don't know. Like, we also don't know anything about Kaitlyn, so it's like, well, maybe he's, like, boring. I don't know.
I imagine if they had spent that mean tweet segment actually, like, getting to know Kaitlyn.
Yeah, that would have been so much better.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be a Juan Pablo.
Oh, no.
The show's like, please stop talking about him.
Well, thanks for the cover, guys. Excellent job talking. Well, I counted. If I counted correctly, the full figure is 188.
Holy. Oh my gosh. Just think one person did 188 kisses over 6, however many
Well,
weeks
more
it is.
than that. There are so many we don't get to see. This is
True.
only the tip of the making out iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
200 plus kisses.
Could
With
be
one person. That's the
could be
thing. Michelle was in
upwards
every
of 300.
every single kiss she was in.
Yeah.
That is kind of insane.
I would say
It's just
probably a
crazy.
solid third of these were Brandon.
Holy. Oh my
I had
gosh.
I'd have quick fingers when he was having screen time. Well, I'll just say that.
Tallying. Tick, tick,
Yep.
tick, tick, tick.
Yeah, just have one of those, counter little handheld devices that just click, 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 click. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh. Yes. It's real difficult, but I do it because I care.
I'm so glad.
Was that believable? Do I need to do another take? Because I care.
Because I care.
Because I care.
I know you care so much about the kiss count. It's like the most important responsibility of the whole show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't know. Well, yeah. See, I was given that responsibility because, let's be real, it fits within my realm of ability.
What?
Because, like, I can count.
I thought you were going to try and make some kind of, like, editing joke there or something, like...
No, Christy's much more able, and so, like, I just take light, more generalized notes and keep an eye on the kisses, and she takes more full, comprehensive notes. It's just, it's our different abilities.
Chrissy, he can count. He can do it.
Like, way to downplay
That's
it.
literally what she said. She was like, look, I know you're having a really hard time keeping up with the rest of this, so just count these.
Okay.
Make sure you write them down.
That is not how this went.
Are you sure?
Wow.
It's on the podcast now, Christy.
I'm pretty sure that is not quite the sequence of events.
Well, you have an opportunity here to defend yourself. Would you like to give us an analogy?
No.
Interesting. No response.
Mm-mm.
It will be left ambiguous.
Oh, okay. Well, not really. Because it's now on record what happened.
Yep.
I'm not taking that out. Leaving it in.
Oh no.
Yep. Can't escape it now. Just like all those terrible hot takes from the beginning. I will probably get fired for eventually.
Oh, I'll get fired first. It's fine. I'm the guest. I was only here twice, so it's fine.
You probably have more to lose too.
I don't have more to lose.
I mean, you work in corporate Canada. You got to keep a squeaky clean image. Both Christy and I work from home, so.
Hey, I work from home.
Yeah, but like for corporate Canada.
It'll be okay.
I don't think Christy's bosses even know how to use social media. So.
Wow. Well, thanks for having me, guys. This was fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to join us.
You know what?
Until whenever the next time is.
Yes. Perhaps a couple seasons from now, just to give us enough time to recover.
Too many hot takes.
Yes. Yes. So many. We gotta protect ourselves.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, maybe the next Bachelorette season.
There we go. Sounds good.
Assuming
Okay.
I live that long.
Ouch.
This podcast just takes it out of me, you know? All the hours I spend watching, all the hours I spend recording, all the hours I spend editing. So
Wow.
difficult. And then Christy has the audacity to make squeaky noises in it.
Life happens.
Is that so?
Yes.
Well, stop it. No, I'm kidding. It's really I've such a great time.
Very fun.
Yep. Well, I guess that's really it. I have nothing left to say except I really was way nicer in this episode than I was planning to be because I was devastated by Brandon going home. I felt that she made the wrong decision and I was livid.
So
But
sad.
I decided to let it be water under the bridge.
Wow. So brave.
So, that is that. This has been Group Dates and Hot Takes, a Bachelor Nation podcast. I'm Sampy.
And I'm Christy. We'll talk to you next week.